A very good evening, a warm welcome, and this is Arunfoot Chaudhary, and you're live on my YouTube channel, Arun Foot. Yes, and I'm sorry, it's a little later than originally planned on a Sunday evening here on my channel, yeah, let's chat and talk on a late Sunday evening about Indian football and how things are or aren't. Yeah, let's discuss a few things on what's been happening, what has happened, and where does those things stand. And as always, like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Yeah, and we will try and go through the things as I see it, so therefore those are some of the things that I've mentioned. So therefore, yeah, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe the video, and also look at the other things, other videos that I've been doing or I've done over the last few days, weeks, and months. So let's get into the conversation. What's all to talk about, and I start with Kumar. What's about how the situation does OP general takeover is completed? Kumar, nothing completed. I know you guys want things to happen rather yesterday than tomorrow. But things take time, and if you are asking an entity to come in and take over something, it's not, again, for me, it's not so easy, because again, you have to look at the books. I think the biggest problem with the Hyderabad FC, also with the whole shebang in the background of dues from Pune City, I don't know how that's going to be tackled. There is a substantial financial backlog which would need to be cleared, and if only that is cleared, Hyderabad FC can be back in business. So therefore, I hope they can sort it out. It's a tough call. It's not something easy. In my opinion, at least, it's not something easy. So therefore, and therefore, let's see where we'll certainly understand of what's going to happen. So therefore, yeah, let's see what happens, and so therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. Hyderabad, again, one of the issues. Let's wait and see what happens to them, and then we'll talk about it. Tickets for the Northeast Derby sold out in under 5 minutes, marking a historic moment. Our superstars also attending spectacle. Arnav, great to see. Again, actually, the Northeast has, always been a hotbed for Indian football, and therefore I am per se not surprised, if you ask me, that there is that much of an interest. But that's something that there has been there. I guess it's been rekindled by the so-called comeback of Shillong Lajong to the top of Indian football, in regard to the top that they most probably can play, and that is the I-League. So therefore, that's a good thing. So therefore, let's wait and see. But again, it's a good sign. So yeah, that's a good one. Hello, sir. Defense is a 20 team showing reality of Indian football. Shameful. Argentine U20 team mistakenly outplayed OFC May team. Manolo, what did you expect? You've been part of my show now for a while. I've always said what I felt was the reality about these things, where our teams, in my opinion, stand, our club sides where they stand, how good or how bad they are. And to me, an Indian club side losing to a foreign side of again, an Argentinian team. Yeah, sorry. Not, maybe you would say maybe too harsh, or maybe too so therefore I don't know. To me, let's see what the reality is, but um, to me, let's see what we can do. Yeah, but to me, Indian club football compared to foreign would be fair. Unfair. Hi, Vaman. Good to have you back. I am fine. Hi, Chandu. Welcome back. Hard performance by user, same as a no gameplay, just headless chickens. Coaches are not good enough. Indonesia could have scored 6-7 goals. That's one thing, Manona Marcus, that I've seen in the recent past, starting with the senior team. So therefore, yeah. Let's see what decisions the AIFF comes up with. ISL schedule is out. One thing: why isn't more games played on weekends where crowds can come? Why weekdays? Moment, very simply because the broadcaster is involved, and therefore you have mostly the 7:30 kickoffs also on weekdays. And do people come more on a weekend? I've seen now ISL games. It's heard about, where it makes no difference if it's a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Saturday or a Sunday. ISL fixtures are out, break in November FIFA window. Yes, there's a FIFA window in November, just as it is in October. Okay, I will have a look at it. Lack of quality coaches, grassroots development haunting India for decades. Yeah, just said it. No, there is no shortcut to success for us. If we want to be successful in the long run, we will have to do the right things to grow Indian football. And if we want to grow Indian football, we have to do the right things. And if we're not willing to do the right things, nothing's going to happen. Right? As I told you, nothing is going to happen. We will have to do the right things in Indian football for Indian football to grow. And let's see. I can bet India will not qualify for AFC U-17 U-20 championship. Okay, well, reality. Will Mohammedan Sporting be able to put up a competitive team in ISL given that there is very little time? Ochut, they have sort of secured most of their foreigners, from what I knew. Let's see if they can put up a competitive team. They're trying to sign the one of the Indian, from what I've heard, but Amarjit Kiam, I think, was one of them. And let's wait and see. I mean, also to those of you who want to have a look, created last few days a number of videos. Actually, did one this afternoon on the retirements of Manuel Neuer and Ilkay Gündogan from the German national team. Overnight, had done something on the addition of Mohammedan Sporting to the ISL. So if you want to watch that, did something yesterday about scouting in Indian football. So I've had a few topics, so have a look at them. And of course, had done a bit of a preview of the Bandodkar Trophy and East Bengal's AFC Challenge League draw, Manolo's first India squad, Johnny Kako joining Inter Kashi over the last few days. So therefore, have a look at those things as well. Ayush Adhikari moving to HSC, is that true? Arnav, let Hyderabad confirm that they're playing before we talk about players going to them. So this is a 20 team with no foreigners and OFC with foreigners. Manolo, for our standards, the 20 Argentinian U20 players are foreigners. If I say that in that way, right? So therefore, for me, I mean, if you think a player like Enzo Fernandez was playing for that reserve team a while back, so therefore, this, write down the names, and maybe we'll have a conversation a few years down the road, and then we will see these players. So therefore, that's one of the things. So do you think HSC will overcome the issues? 18 crores of fine and new season ahead. It's really tough for an Indian club with new investor. Rear on rare, the reality is that you're talking about an 18 crore fine. If you look at all the money that the new investor has to put in, it's a lot of money, So therefore, let's wait and see. As I've said earlier, let's wait and see if Mohun Sporting can fulfill the criteria which is needed to be able to play the Indian Super League. And for Hyderabad, it's tough. Mohun Sporting has now been able to fulfill the criteria. So again, let's wait and see what happens. Why these coaches are still there, Sak Ranjan and Ishfaq Mili? Manolo, that's not going to happen. It is not. So therefore, to me, so therefore, not going to happen. Overseas scored second goal and Lovera said like as if he won the World Cup. No. Have you watched yourself the match? Manolo, I've not seen anything. I've been watching local German football, saw youth football in the morning, so my Remscheid derby this afternoon. Therefore, I'm a little late also. Sorry for that. So therefore, no, I have not been able to watch the under-17 match today. And most probably, if I see your reactions, then that's the thing. Do you think if we sign quality U-17 20 foreign coaches, will it turn results? Renil, I can only speak about when I helped the federation in getting Nikolai Adam with the help of the German FA. Nico Adam had a brilliant influence on the boys. So therefore, if you ask me, quality, yes. Yeah. So therefore, for me, how is the road track of Indian football? Is it scary or good or no clear picture? No clear picture, Monalo, I'm saying, Murali, sorry. Giron, your thoughts on Durand Cup semi-finals? Mohun Bagan always haunted BFC. On the other hand, Northeast Derby. Please predict your finalists, sir. Giron, Rare, these are two matches where potentially so therefore for me both the games all four teams can make it to the final. So for me, Mohun Bagan clearly has the advantage because they're at home. But again, they're not a settled team. BFC have ridden their luck in the last few games and have shown something once in a while. So therefore, on the other side, Northeast at Shillong against Shillong Lajong. It is a home match for Shillong. So therefore, and they're going to be on a high after the East Bengal win. So for me, therefore, Shillong Lajong, so therefore, that's the thing. Therefore, any of the four teams could be playing in the final. Mohammedan reporting of Brazilian winger of 6.8 crore, market value of 6.8 crore named Franca. Do you know him? Yeah, I've heard about him. He used to play in Bulgaria, right, in Sofia. Just one thing, Manolo, as you're putting out the market value, again, as a fan, I know you love these kind of things, but those people who work in the market can realistically put something together and therefore these market values are of no value. You said our team is not good enough to compete in AFC's champions level, but how do you see Bangalore brilliant run in past? You have to have morally different competition, easier pathway, and lucky pathway as well. So therefore, totally different these days. So Bandodkar commentators are too good. They are saying reality. They said anything less than win for OFC today would be failure of India football. I'm saying Indian players don't go abroad. Why would it be a failure for OFC if they lose against a reserve side from Argentina? Can you tell me that? Yeah. Would be my question, right? I mean, these are the kind of players that I said would be professional. So therefore, very difficult. Through sources, we're hearing that Mohun officials are planning to appeal in the AIFF appeal committee. Ogni, then I would ask your sources first. What do they then also know? What is the outcome of the PSC? You know, why are Mohun Bagan planning to go to the appeals committee? The outcome is not there. How can these sources say that they're going to go to the appeals committee? What's the reason? Right? You can think about it, right? But but appeals committee only comes in once this PSC verdict is in. And what Mohun Bagan's next step is depends on the outcome. But if you're saying they've already decided what to do, then question, then question your sources, my friend. Any India coach you thought he has potential done a decent job? Yeah, if I look at Bibiano at the under-17s over the years did a good job. As I thought, it could not get worse. Any worse? Our understanding gameplay was shitter than 20. What that can't even string passes, pathetic. Yeah, no, that's reality. Hi, Blue. Afghanistan winning Kafa U-17. I'm really amazed. Your views, on the other hand, we are losing in Indonesia with pathetic performance. Blue, others are putting in the effort in their development with all their problems, all the struggles. We need to do the legwork. And we have over the last 2 years killed a lot of processes which were working pre-COVID. If people say that the AIFF was not working, I think everyone should wake up to the reality that with all the problems that the Federation has had and faced and whatever there has been pre-COVID, the people running the Federation, at least the administrative side of the things, be it under Kushal, be it under the Sunando in the I-League department, be it under Abhishek, there will have been problems and we should not brush them over. But they created a system, and that system, despite all the problems, is working. And still people haven't understood. We have a joke of a federation at the moment. And that needs to change. Sir, I read after PSC, the AIFF committee had been to Casino FIFA. Why, sir? What's the point? Ogni, again, I've said it. Look at my old explainer videos that I've done the multiple times. I said AIFF, FIFA, then CAS. That's the process. AIFF are doing better work than India, true reality. Manolo, I think most of the countries around the world are doing better work than us. Any player approach you to play in abroad, what are the terms and conditions you would say? Murali, at the moment, my problem would be realistic approach of on which level you want to play. My biggest concern at the moment. Hi Ripam, welcome back. Anava, why PC is taking so long? What do you think likely to outcome? Notes to myself. I think there are 2-3 reasons that could be discussed. One of them would be, in my opinion, that the PSC is formulating its final judgment. That might be one. There might be discussions internally about, what kind of punishment, fines, if there's going to be punishment, fines, transfer bans, other things. Those things are not, again, it takes time. You can't say, hey, listen, you know what? We sat together for 4 hours on Thursday, and after that, 10 minutes later, you say, you're going to give a judgment. Give these people time. Let them do their work properly. What's going to be the outcome? I have no clue. I said from the start what I felt. I still feel today the same thing. But again, they've already done things which to me are not logical. But again, it's their decision. I'm not the Indian PSC. I've done PSC work elsewhere. I know how it runs. But my decision would have been different. I am not sitting there. It's a decision of these gentlemen. They have to take a call on what they're doing. I think they've already turned the wrong way, but again, let's see it. Maybe they turn the right way and take the right decisions, which they can't, because they've already issued an NOC. Therefore, let's wait and see what judgment comes. I know it's very difficult. This takes time. Let's wait and see. Then nothing going to happen unless we change our ways to run the grassroots football. Coaches will work only on few certain things. Here on rare, we need to, again, the coaching is part of the thing. That's what I'm saying, Good example. If I create a video on this whole Anwar issue, people watch it. I've created a whole series on the future of Indian football. Nobody's watching it, right? So are people really, again, you guys are interested in the future of Indian football. That is great. But is the general Indian football fan really bothered of how bad the status of our football game is? Is he or she really interested to know that what needs to be done to make our football better, that more people are interested in our game, to see us be successful, to maybe one day see India in a World Cup, be it at junior or at senior level? We are the laughing stock of world football. Nobody's going to tell Kollan Chobe that. Nobody's going to tell all these other jokers that. People who work in international football, they get told where we stand. Right? I have to face the music. I'm fed up of facing the music. I always say, I defend Indian football. But at some, I have reached the level, it's here that I think, why do I try to defend Indian football and what we're doing in front of the global world? It doesn't make sense. It really does not make sense. Because we are getting worse and worse by each day, and everybody involved needs to ask himself, herself, every bloody stakeholder has to ask himself, herself, are you doing something to improve Indian football, or are you making it worse? And one of the things is people are spending money. So people tell me, oh, you know what, Indian football, there's no money. It's the biggest joke in the whole bloody world. We have too much money in the system, and it's going to the wrong places, to the wrong people. We need radical change in Indian football if we want Indian football to be really successful in the long run. The players don't want to go abroad. The same thing down the road will happen with our female footballers if it continues. That they'll be overpaid and you know what? You're going to get more salary in India than, most countries in Europe. It's a problem. It's a huge, huge problem. Why PSC taking so time for decision? Simple, ban him and fine him. Manolo, that would be my logic. But again, they've not taken it. They've gone down the wrong route. Let's see. The same Ishfaq was preaching tall players, strong players, and got his handed by the Indonesian. On top of that, I very much doubt them to be of 16 years. Didn't appear that. I don't know, a lot of questions. But who's going to answer those questions? Who's going to be accountable? We have no level of accountability. If PSC don't ban Anwar, then do you think PSC should be shameful of themselves? Yeah, I think so. I think that then it would be a wrong decision. It has to be. To me, that's the basic of all things, no? So therefore, to me, that's a very, very key. So therefore, let's see what happens, right? So therefore, to me, let's see what happens. You worked on different football all around the world. One thing which you find difficult, or you can't implement things in EU football. What is difficult? See, people willing to understand that there is a problem and that needs to be rectified. There are a lot of people who live in what I call la la land and think that, things are fine and everything is working. So, if the AIFF appeals committee composed of AIFF executives or independent members, Ripam, it's sometimes we must leave SAF. Winning SAF things not going to help our football. Even in SAF, we like sometimes to win. It's better to shift the phase, real challenge for time, accept reality. Gear on rare. I've said this multiple times. We can't shift, right? It's not our decision to say, hey, listen, SAF, tada, bye-bye, I'm going here, I'm going there. The AFC is involved. The AFC has decided to create regions across Asia. West Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, Southeast Asia, East Asia. That's the division. It's not our decision. It's like people have now asked me multiple times, why does the Super Cup winner play in Asian competition? Because first position, league champions, second position, cup winners. That's the rule. It's not like, hey guys, we stand up, we go to sleep, oh, lovely thought, tomorrow morning we change something. Guys, this has to be understood. There are rules, there are regulations which we should follow. This is again, and the Anwar case to me is the perfect example where this has been done in the past X number of times by Mohun Bagan, by East Bengal, by Mountain Sporting, right? Even by the Goan clubs. Yeah, even Mahindra United has done it, I remember in one case. But nowadays, this is something, so let's see. I expected this U17 wedge to be level above our current crop, but it's the same. Or no, I saw our U17s last year, right? I have seen U17s now for over 20 years. The first one, 2002, I organized the first ever foreign camp for an under-17 India team here in Germany with the help of the German Federation, right? Last year was not at all impressive. So I'm not surprised because we have expanded Indian youth football, but we've gone for mass. We've totally lost the control of quality. There's no quality control. This is the sad reality, and nobody wants to wake up to that reality. People are patting each other back. They say, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. So I say reality, do you think we can qualify for U17, U17 after this performance? Manolo, you never know in qualifiers. I mean, I saw a match today here, a local derby, a Remscheid derby, FC Remscheid against Bergisch Born. FC Remscheid should have been leading 6-7-0, concede a penalty 2-1, and then in injury time concede a 2-2. So football is a crazy game. You could play bad and then get something out of it. Therefore, I don't know. Under 17s, I thought more than under 20s. I'll be honest on that. But I would hope under 17, but under 20 looked always tough. What's your view regarding Arsenal team this season? How good Saliba is? Shomo, Arsenal will be challenging, but will the empire crumble? That would be my question. And I think Arsenal can be good or bad. It just depends on how good City is. That's been the lesson. The Premier League has become to what we call a farmers' league because it's about City. And if City wants to, they win the league. If City doesn't want to, then someone else might. So therefore, let's wait and see. Can Saudi overtake J-League? Morally, 100%. If they want to, in the midterm, they certainly can. If a player is guilty, then he should be banned immediately. Manolo, that should have been the case, but it's not been done. So that's what I'm saying. They turned around wrongly in the first, again, when they said, after the first hearing, they said the termination was unjust. So the first call that they made was right. They made the first call in saying, listen, guys, what the player has done is wrong. Period. Right? But they did the mistake they did with the second hearing is they gave him the NOC. And that is where they should have, listen, because they said, listen, we are sympathetic to the player. You cannot be sympathetic to the player because if it was the club would have breach of contract, this, that, everything, fine, transfer ban, whatever, compensation, all of that shebang would have been done. So therefore, you're tossing around the coin, but you're not treating it the same way. That is the danger that we need to look at. General fans are busy in Anwar Ali battle transfer wars, doing PR, blaming referees. Yeah, Manolo, that's the reality, no? No one's questioning their own clubs, their own officials that is something which is very, very disturbing. Can you explain how Mohun Bagan will play away match with Tractor on second half playing Bangalore on 20th September, Chennai on September on 27th November? Prashanto, the same thing happened last season to Mumbai City. Welcome to the world of continental football. Right? You have to get your teams right. Travel. I don't understand. 3-4 days. That's the normal thing, right? You have a weekend fixture in the ISL and you have a midweek fixture in the Asian Cup, in the ACL too, sorry. Football professionals say we need to have proper structure, youth development, grassroots. Certain countries doesn't have structure, still have to be better. Murali, there are many reasons, again, for us to develop in a certain way. Other countries do it differently. But for us, if we want to be successful, again, either we are lucky and we find somewhere some gem and Lionel Messi and we push that player and that becomes a world star. And then, everything takes off and then the structure can build by itself. Or you have to put in the hard work. And we want jugaad. In India, we want jugaad. We want shortcuts, So that's something. Fermin Lopez gets almost the same salary as Anwar. Let's say, Arnav, that's it. I've been telling you guys, our players, for the standard of football that we play, are way, way, way overpaid. Sad reality. Super League Kerala is supposed to be held for 41st days, then the players won't play for the whole year or can move to other leagues. Ripon, they potentially can move in the winter because you've got 2 transfer windows. So therefore, that's something that they could move in the January window. Or now the YFS still announced the ISF fixture for Hyderabad FC if OP Jindal to take over is not complete. That's why I asked question about RC. Because Kumar, they had to make the fixtures, right? Listen, the situation is that the ISL wants to set the fixtures early so that the teams can plan their travel accordingly. So they have now planned it in such a way at the moment that the schedule is such that in the worst case, Hyderabad's matches will be, taken out of the system, and you'll have, I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's going to be very, very difficult. And therefore they've announced it. Their hope is that they will sort it out, but the scheduling from the ISL, the press release from the ISL reads, and I read you, the match fixtures of the match fixtures of Hyderabad FC are contingent on them clearing the AIFF club license. So very simple. They've mentioned it. OFC women playing Champions League qualifier. Can you give scoreline update? I haven't checked, to be honest. Let me just quickly grab something and check something. Then maybe I can give you an update. Did I see something? One second. Oops. What is that? What is that update score? 1 second. Just give me some time. Where did it go? 1 second. Not getting an update here. Let me try and find out and then I'll get back to you that. Another Nopang League season 3 started today, posted by Durand Champs on YouTube channel. Okay. Do you think we should follow hyper local model like state FAs rather than overall country? Rene, we don't have an overall model. Whoever sells you that, and hyper local model is not a state model. Hyper local model would be going into the districts or even breaking it down even smaller than districts. If you want a hyper local model. This defense team can easily beat Indian team. You said you were in a PC before. Which country and when? Blue. I won't talk about it. In the Caribbean, that's the most you said. You say we have money in Indian football. Kalyan said India, we cannot set up grassroots or scouting for India because we don't have cash. Murali, you have money, but you don't have money. That's the situation, I think. We have too much money going into the players in the ISL, and for the rest, sometimes there is no money because no one wants to spend money on that. What are your propositions for quality control in youth football? Deep, I think it depends on each club to do that individually. If the state FAs need to have that in regard to when they select state teams and then pass on players, so there are means and models of creating quality control, but that has to be done. Club, as I said, club internally, and then at a state level, and then of course the federation can come in if they want to pick the best players for the national team. Today, Odisha struggled against 17-18-year-old Argentine team, which was not even prepared at jet lag. Yeah, but half of Indian football is killing by social media. Half of mouse and all is or mixing salt and sugar and water as Rangers. Done same with BFC, big talks, but zero help on ground level. Okay. No. Again, what did you think gear on rare that Rangers would do for BFC? Right? You, as a fan, might think they might help them this way, that way, but Rangers, BFC partnership, read the partnership, what it was about, right? And if you expect ground level help, again, we have to help ourselves. How did it 2002 U-17 team was current generation? I thought the 2002 team was very talented. They went to the quarterfinal of the AFC Under-17 Asian Cup, right? They lost 3-1 to South Korea in a thriller. We were on par with South Korea. We were better than that team, which lost 1-0 to Japan. So therefore, I would rate them higher. Poor performance, no gameplay. Ishwan Ahmed's old comment comes to mind when we said we're looking for tall players. Imagine if someone had said that to Messi, Insigne, Vidal when they were teenagers. Yeah. Beating an unutilities side after trailing, I won't be happy, but their women's team won today in qualifiers. Hope they make it to main tournament. Yeah, Prasenjit, let's see what happens. Hi, sir. Why do we appoint Indian coaches for underage team? These young boys are at the crucial stage. You need good foreign coaches. What's your thoughts? Generally, you're spot on, but it's a question of money, no? At the end of the day, it's a question of money, I think. In my opinion, it's a question of money is what is being spent on the federation, or not what is being spent by the federation on the team, on the youth national teams, and how can they take, so that's the reality. What is the AIFF criteria of hiring Ranjit Chaudhary? Mike, ask the AIFF. I would not know, because to me, what would it be? Two simple criteria. One, Kalyan Chaubey has been talking about Indian coaches, okay, and two, they'll be not too costly to the federation. Do you think there is lack of ethics in Indian football? Do you think soft skill is necessary for football? Soft skills certainly is needed, but ethics, let's not talk about ethics in Indian football. Can we shift from SAF? We should at least try to play in CAFA or ASEAN as guest team. Blue, why would they take us as guest team? Are we that good that someone, are we that good that someone should take us as guest team? I know that, some of these questions, which might sound logical in your head, right? No one in world football is waiting for us. No one. Right? We are not Brazil, we are not Argentina, we are not Germany, we're not England, we're not France, Spain, whatever. No one is, CAFA has a MOU with us. Was supposed to invite us for the youth tournaments. They've not done that, right? All of them see what we're doing, right? They see where we stand. We are impressing nobody. As I said, we are an embarrassment at the moment. Apparently, the training techniques in your training is below par. Resource, Ashne. Yeah. Most of the time, we saw Blasters got millions fans on social media, and we glorify it too much. But on ground, they do not a lot. As in, if we speak too much on social media, yeah, gear on rare. Sorry, but spot on. Again, and it's fine. Everybody, again, we have a free world. Anybody and everybody can speak, and everybody can have an opinion. But the question is that person qualified enough to have an opinion about things? Does he understand how the game works, how things work in the background, right? So therefore, that is something which is there, right? Everybody can have an opinion, and everybody can needs to figure out things. Yes, Mohun were made to play 7 matches in November last year also, but 27th September was abnormal and they need time to travel. Prashanto, that's 3 days, right? We've, as tough as it is for Mohun Bagan, but that's the reality of when you play continental football. Therefore, you do squad rotation as well. India U teams are playing very horrible. Yeah, Vasu, sadly. Odisha FC women leading against Lions City Sailors. Manolo says, and Ayush adds 3-1. And Gero Reyes says, Jordan FA YouTube channel telecasting mostly women games. So if you want to watch in parallel while we're listening, you can go there. Do you think we need to technical skills of player because we're falling down day by day? High time to sit down and discuss. Technical skills is now morally, but we need an overall discussion. We can't just talk about one thing in separate. We need to look at all aspects of the game. That's Indian football's biggest challenge. We need to talk about what we're doing left, right, and center. Otherwise, we will not improve. That's the challenge. No? That's what I'm saying. That's the real challenge of where we stand at the moment. We need to realize we have a problem, and as long as we don't recognize and want to speak about that we have a problem, nothing will change. That is our thing, no? And there needs to be, again, I go back, so yeah, that's the reality. I've heard in a Bengal YouTube channel that if Mohun Bagan Supergiant play to their true potential, they should top ACL Group 2. But again, Manolo, yeah, and people believe that. That's the concern, no? I said last year where India stands even after winning SAF. I saw the final and semi-final. We were not as great that we were the superb team which won that tournament, right? So if I always say is that if we are critical now of things and Mohun Bagan do better, I'll be very happy. If Mohun Bagan East Bengal do better than what I think they will do, great. Do you think underdog tags certain time punch above their waist defeating teams? Of course, happens. Another, why Kerala Super League saying that we will implement VAR? What's the point of VAR in 45 day league? Kumar, I don't know. Let them do their things. They've said a lot of things. They want to do a lot of things. Again, I know you guys love every single comment that people put out. Don't take it seriously. Give them time. Let's see what they do. Right? Let's see. They wanted to bring world stars at the start. They had to cut down because they didn't find the investment that they thought they can get into the league. Now they have to start a little lower, but I wish them all the success. Super League Kerala, I wish them all the success, but they will have to prove, because with all that they want to do, it's going to be difficult in the long run, because at some stage you'll have to see where is the growth, right? Because the AIFF and the ISL will ensure that it's a local league. Will Jimmy Clam play the next match against BFC? Any update? Druhin, I think he's not going to play. But again, I might be wrong, but he's not been having, they did not think about cost, also simply splashing money. They're talking about splashing money, Kumar. They're not splashing money. That's also reality. Looks like an Indian coaches totally lack coaching skills, and they need to be the first to go out and learn. Even Afghanistan 7 have defeated Uzbekistan, so build any structure as such. Yeah, sort of, very well said. So, which team of U-17 have you seen with the highest potential, who were on par and the best in Asia are competing with European teams? Manolo, I would have said 2002. In those days, early 2000s. I remember we played FC Cologne under 16. Lukas Podolski was one of the guys, future World Cup winner for Germany. We played 3-3 against Cologne in an exciting. We were leading 3-1 until I think 85th minute. Podolski scored 2 late goals, brilliant goals. Yeah, so therefore it's been there. Now, what's your take on Ashwini Kid post about age for reporting museum FDF Foundation? They've done it, and the AIFF has not acted on it. So that shows you the problem. So what happened to FC Goa and Red Bull partnership? It ended due to COVID. No? It was a youth partnership. Nothing happened due to COVID, and then it was ended. But to your point, why not hire good Indian coaches? U-17 Asian Cup coach should have given a contract extension with the current U-20 team. because the coach of the under-17s left and joined BFC, because most probably Viviano will get more money at BFC than at the AIFF. Women ranking was quite good, around 58 in recent time, but instead of having good matches and having a better league for women, need to work on women football, otherwise the ranking going to be low. Yeah, we're already down, right? We were a top 50 side. You said the 2002 U-17 team better than the surprising thing for me is in those days we don't have grassroots in youth football, but despite we play decent court, we had youth football. See, that's the point where we didn't have grassroots. I think the word grassroots football didn't exist in the world, right? Football was there, but there was no grassroots model. So that's what I'm saying. Luis not in the Matos, Arizona was removed after Bibiano. Maybe we should have. He was there before Bibiano, and shouldn't have stayed. Why do you have to be underdogs? Even playing in SAF, we should be dominating, especially in youth levels. Mike, yes and no. I think we should be winning matches. If we're going to dominate matches, I don't know. I think those times are gone. I think, there's no big, someone small. I think every team should be taken seriously. So that's something which I'd say dominating is, in my opinion, too big a word. So therefore, if we can compete, if we can beat teams on a regular basis, I think I would be happy to say that. After missing 1950 World Cup, do you think or any other blunder we've committed recently? The FIFA ban, Morali. Marcus by Twitter, Mohun will not dress McNair for the Durand Cup knockouts. Yeah, again, they will look at the ACL2, they will look at the ISL. They will not risk him. The Durand Cup, again, I know there's a lot of hype, a lot of interest, this, that, everything. The Durand Cup still is a preseason tournament, guys. So therefore, the teams are trying to, that's something. Looks like we have to revise Vision 2047 to 2147. Yeah, maybe. Each and every season, we saw blunders from ref in games in ISL, but no progress. There will not improve game coaching, officiating, what they were doing in this world of football. Year on rare, refereeing is without VAR is a problem. Ask people in the Premier League, ask people in the Bundesliga, ask people in La Liga, ask me. I saw a game today where we can question the refereeing. It happens around the world. And somewhere the standard is, so to say, a little higher. Somewhere you have technical possibilities. Referee decisions will always be discussed. No one will ever say, oh, the referee is, let's see. How does the world tackle age fraud compared to India? See, there are large parts of the world where age fraud is a problem like it is in India. So therefore, to me, it's not just an Indian problem. It's a problem. It's handled, especially in the West, in the way that the child is registered within 24 hours of birth. That's the simple way. Now, if a child is born somewhere in a hut somewhere, not in a hospital, again, you have to find systems. At least the children born in hospitals, make that mandatory to be registered within 24 hours with the help of the hospital. Or maybe there's a mechanism to register children in the hospital. I don't know. There needs to be some sort of thing. Otherwise, age fraud to tackle, very, very difficult. Any favorite player in 2002 U-17 match? Oh, Murali got multiple. I mean, Shubhra Pal was part of the team. Gaura Mangi was part of the team. There was a defender called Habibur Rahman. But my favorite would be, there was this guy called Malswama, who used to be called Chota Mama, Mizo player. My favorite player at the time. Really lovely. It could have been our own Messi. And I always compared his career path with that with Lukas Podolski. And there you see the success of someone, and then they see the failure of someone else. Defensia Justic, U20 players today showed courage. If only our national team players 50% of effort, we would do well. Bank, I think it's an Argentinian team, right? It's in their blood. I think that's the big difference between Defensa and Indian football, right? And that's the reality. Do you think even Bangladesh and Bhutan are doing better than us because they are developing unlike us? Yeah, Bangladesh, again, politics aside, Sheikh Hasina supported football in a big way, huh? Yeah. So therefore, let's see. And Bhutan, a lot of help from AFC, from FIFA. They're taking that help. They've got support from the Japan FA. They're doing a lot of things right. A lot of things they're doing right at the moment. I feel even Mohun Bagan buy these fancy Australian players, still they can't win the AFC League. They struggled with Bangladeshi clubs. Screen time, even if they buy even more fancy, so-called fancy Australian players, they are not going to win anything in Asia. They're not even close to winning anything in Asia. It would have to be a sensational run for a team like Mohun Bagan to be able to win something in Asia. You know, that's a sad. And forget Mohun Bagan. For any Indian club to get anywhere close to winning anything in Asia, they would have to have a sensational run. Otherwise, there is no chance of an Indian club winning anything in Asia. Period. At the moment where we stand, that's the reality of things, as hard as it might sound. If a national team played against DJ side, the team would smash us 3-1 at least. Again, Dhruvajyoti, I know some of you, as I've said, like to make those comparisons, but yeah, maybe, who knows. What's your take on overvision in the defense club in the World Cup? TK, you're playing against a youth team who's come a long way, jet lag, a lot of travel time, first time for most players abroad. Okay, let's take it. How our football will grow when we're having 5 minutes each of football in Khelo India games at U12 level. Again on rare, Khelo India anyway is not the model which will take Indian football or Indian sports forward. I think the Olympics should be also a reminder of that. What happened to Chota Mama? Very simply, he was at Tata Football Academy, went to Mohun Bagan, had a serious knee injury, went to Mohammedan. Knee injury had not been treated properly, got worse. And at some stage, if I remember right, he ended up playing for the Mizoram Police and then stopped playing at some stage. What happened to that U-17 batch of senior team? Blue, that batch had Shubroto Pal, Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, Gaura Mangi Singh, Malanki Suting. So you got few, Matswama, Habibur Rahman. So you got quite a few number of players who went on to play top level. Do you have any good contact with our old Indian player? Yeah, I do have. In the chat below, how many of us we will have to see 20%? Who knows what is in the world will be, but the Vision 2047 is only vision, but vision does not have any value, only action. Yeah, I agree. Bangladesh is not doing well. Remember the President Qazi Salahuddin, also SAF President. Palash, how do you say that Bangladesh is not doing well? How do you make that judgment? Have you seen their women's football? How they're doing? That's the problem, right? You name a name and say, oh, you know what, that country's not doing well. In women's football, they have been beating us at youth level on a regular basis. So then, yes, they must be doing something right. Right? Now, politics on here or there doesn't matter, but Sheikh Hasina supported women's football. In past, we used to dominate SAF. Right now, I was scared Bangladesh, Afghanistan, these teams will dominate. Yeah, Afghanistan is no longer part of SAF, but yeah, Bangladesh is becoming a problem for us. Send me an update on new constitution, Matuir. I hope that there will be a hearing soon. Supreme Court has been pushing. Still no final date announced in regard to a hearing on the case of the constitution. I think AIFF slowly is getting a little pressure, heat also from FIFA, that they need to act. It's been next month will be 2 years. So therefore, let's wait and see what is happening over there. I miss that BFC run when we played final. I miss those moments. Those were days we lost the AFC Cup final, not AFC League final. Yeah, screen time. Yeah, that was good. How do you rate Ranjan Chaudhary and Ishfaq Ahmed after United teams matches? Palash, U20, very poor. I saw the game against Maldives. Two very bad teams. So therefore, and under 17s, I didn't see the match today, but I'm not surprised. I would rate Indonesia higher than us. So yeah, What more to add? How can we a top 10 in Asia? Zigzag. Oh, it's it's not, it's not something that I talk for 1 minute and then those things are implemented. Done. There needs to be a lot of things done. That's why I've created what I call the Future of Indian Football series. There is a separate playlist for that. Have a look at it. By now, 11 episodes on what I think is important. The last episode was episode 11 in regard to scouting. Have a look at that. Early episodes was in regard to competitions, regard coaching, youth football, regard to grassroots development, sustainability, age fraud, stakeholders, leadership, and a general introduction. So have a look at it. I mean, that might help you if you think that, let's see. Anasa, do you have hope in your football next 5-10 years down the line? Generally, I always try to be positive. Let's put it this way. But it is by the minute, it's getting tougher and tougher to stay positive about Indian football. So let's wait and see. I never lose hope. That's the last thing I have. So therefore, let's wait and see what happens. I'm waiting for best and raw first team versus FC Goa game to see how more plans. Yeah, let's see. West Bengal normally should be better than FC Goa. Do you think Latin players are underrated and paid less compared to European players? No, Dhupajoti. The top ones, certainly not. Your opinion of Brisbane defeating Denpo 5-1 with 10 players that 2 after 0-0 halftime? Again, an I-League team versus an A-League, top A-League team, 5-1, sounds okay. Not having watched the match, maybe they needed an half to get into the groove, but again, as much as I wish all the best for Sami Nayak and Dempo, but yeah, Brisbane Roar is of a different level. Our national camp in Hyderabad starts on 31st. The first match is on 3rd. What should we expect from Monos for first camp with national team? Mayank, I'm expecting nothing. I just want to see that, or hear at least afterwards, that the mood in the camp is better than it has been. And I don't go for the results. So I just want to see that we do, so let's see. Is government running of the AIFF? No, they're not involved in the government running of the AIFF fast food. Say any word of Pakistan, Bangladesh cricket. Bangladesh cricket one test and about 10 wickets. Bangladesh doing well for football cricket. Year on rare, I don't follow cricket. I don't know much. You could tell me this is a fact. I don't even know if it's true or not. So, sorry, I can't answer that. One thing I can understand, when we're on transition period, losing and winning is part of the game, but we're in long run transition period. Morally, we are not in transition period. We're on a downward spiral at the moment. I think that is something which you need to understand. Your 2002 batch team, where do you put them in European League? Morally, at youth level, under 17 level, I put them in the top league. That team was capable. Very, very capable. Alex Shaji to Mohun Bagan, if Hyderabad FC fail, Shumadeep, no idea. Alex Shaji, again, was sought after by East Bengal, Mohun Bagan maybe, and let's see. Definitely upgrade for Ishfaq compared to Bionis, and Ranjan is the best manager of Indonesia. I hope that's a sarcastic comment. Why Anwar judgment taking long time? Any back channel setting possible? Guardiola. I said this earlier. If you guys like it or not, a hearing is held. Do you expect a 4-hour plus hearing is held? Do you expect the result to be given 10 minutes later? They have to look at the facts, right? They've been told things. They have to look at it. The judgment has to be written as well. It doesn't happen that quickly. It's only because there is pressure, it'll take time. Give them the time. Let them take the right call, whatever. Another Sheikh Hasina might have supported women's football at some level, but the president is not in favor of women's football. Much of what has happened in recent past. Palash, to me, what he's done or not done, but they're still successful, right? That's what I can see, right? So I give him just credit for that. What they have done, I would say kudos to the girls. Yeah, do Australian girls to play in ISL? Rohit, because of the money. Simply said, that's the reason. It can't be the standard of the league, right? What do Indian players lack more? Physicality or technicality or any other aspect? Keeping aside the mentality where India always lacks. See, Dhruva Jyoti, the challenge to me here is that not every player will lack on the same things. Some players will lack physicality, some will lack in the technical department, some will lack in the tactical department, some will lack in the mentality, some of them will lack in everything. So yeah, this is the, you know, Monwan asked Sajin offer other what I, yeah. Again, let's see. Hyderabad needs to decide, what's the fear. Why have not make every if registered team have the U10, 14, 17, 20, 23 team? First of all, zigzag 3-year age jumps is too big. Every team has to have a 13, 15, and 17 team. So that's there. Yeah, and everything else. They've got a reserve team as well. So yeah, that covers the upper parts of what you said. Why don't Indian clubs do play against better clubs in Asia and present? It's not. Is it no one interested in our club, or we just want to be on ourselves? We don't get rare. There's no interest. Yeah. The Australian and the Argentinians will get better as days pass by, as they will get accustomed to climate, football grounds, everything else. I think that's the danger. If they once settled in, yeah, they would be the top favorites to most probably play the final, right? So, yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see, how they do their work. It's going to be in my opinion, very, very interesting to see how Defensia and Brisbane play. And also, do we for Indian football have an impact on Indian football system? If we don't have any impact on Indian football, what's the point of having this discussion? I'm confused, sir. To have discussions is important. To me, that's very, very important. The question is, what do you mean by impact, right? Is, again, a fan, and to me, I have seen things where fans have impacted things which have been negative. Indian fans wanted us to play in the Asian Games, and I said from the start, I don't want India to play Asian Games. And I said that, and people said, why are you saying this? You're wrong, blah, blah. I said it, and I still stick to it, and it proved to be right. Sorry. I'm sorry to say that, my friends. Some of you might not understand how things fall in line, fall in place, and how it works in football. That's not the job of the fans. It's the job of the professional people who manage the game to decide that. And they might have to decide it against the interest of what the public think is right. Public demand is not going to be the one which is going to set things and which is going to work. Right? That to me is one thing that I know. Tunu Goswami played football for national team, was captain, was also Bengal cricket team captain, very good first-class cricketer, multi-talented. That was a different era, no? There were a lot of players who were playing multiple sports at the time. So will Hyderabad FC be able to play this ISL once the champion team? What happened to them? Will they be able to manage the players and overseas players? Will they? I don't know. It depends. It starts and ends with the investment. And at the moment, it's not clear if that investment will happen. So therefore, if you ask me, I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. I wish, yes, but I don't know. Do you think 2002 batch gets the ability to play under 17 World Cup like our batch? Do you think they might create a huge impact? See, huge impact. See, morally, there are 3-4 things that you need to remember. Who do you face in a group? How well are you prepared? So, could, yeah, potentially, yes, maybe. I don't know. It's, it's in a theoretical world of something which never is going to happen. So therefore, I don't know. Looking at the growth of other countries, I don't think we can watch India playing FIFA World Cup in our lifetime. Matthew, I hope you're wrong, but it could be reality, yes. I feel for CFC will be tough as we see a refreshed Argentina squad, not jet like a familiar climate. Yeah, Mayank, let's wait and see. How much better A-League teams are from the ISL? Though, I think if you saw the away game of Odisha last season, Central Coast Mariners, then you know they were totally outplayed. That's the reality. It's hard. It's too hard to be Indian football fans. Generally, and there is something to be fans of a lot of different teams, clubs around the world, where it seems to be always tough, right? So we have to stick around. Sometimes I wonder how good Udanta Singh would have been if he had the right technical training from a very young age. He had the speed. If he just had the technique, he would have done wonders. Rohit, in that mold, I think there are a lot of players, not only in India, but around the world. If they had this, if they had that, they could have done a lot of things. The Northeast Derby is what the country needs, especially with full stadiums. Yeah, man, let's look forward to the Derby. I've heard that Mohun offered some of their reserve team players to Hyderabad to get Alex Saji both on loan. Palash, let's wait and see. Hyderabad needs to sort out their finances, and as long as their finances are not sorted, nothing else will be sorted. That time, Indian team have more money than Japan and Korea, then why AIFF open air affiliate in every state with the help of state government? Who said that the AIFF had more money than Japan and Korea? We've never had more money than Japan, Korea, right? And AIFF cannot be opening an academy in every state. That's not their job. Do you think even the best team in the world struggling against the conditions like altitude? Only the South American giants of Brazil and Argentina always struggle. I think in Bolivia, I think La Paz is the highest. Will not any Saudi teams like Al Nassr play this year? AFC? Of course they are, Druin. They are playing Champions League. They are part of the Champions League groups. Everyone talking about AFC Champions League too, but believe me, for East Bengal, it's not going to be easy in AFC Champions League because all teams in East Bengal is quite good. Yeah, I said that. I created a video if you want to watch it, guys. Do have a look. Did one earlier this week on the day of the draw. So yeah, those are realities, which I or you like or not, but these are the realities that exist, right? So therefore, for us at the moment, continental competition is very, very tough. Very, very tough in my opinion. So I hope we improve. Do you think the Reliance Foundation boys have to step up the game, improve their talent? Yeah, every academy boy needs to step up. When golden generations come about for a country, is that all luck or is that grassroots development finally working? Rohit, that's a very, very difficult one to answer. Sometimes it is the hard work pays off. Sometimes, sometimes the hard work pays off. Sometimes on the other side, it's luck because you just have talented players coming together. So therefore, there are different combinations, permutations, which can make this possible. In an ideal case scenario, you have a very talented batch, a talented generation. And on the other side, they have, worked hard on their grassroots. Are you coming to Kolkata and Durga Puja? Shovik, not during Durga Puja because we have our own Durga Puja here in Cologne, which has been organized since 1992, and I am currently happening to be the president of that puja. Now, sir, when will our senior team start the camp? 31st, so towards the end of next week. I doubt whether India will qualify for next Asian Cup. Fast food, let's not lose hope. We starts next year. Let's see what the draw gives. Let's see, how Manolo gets the team sorted. Don't lose hopes at this stage. What do you think, sir? Mohammad Suryanathan Soba call for next round of AFC? Drohin, no chance. What are the things that AIFF is doing good at this stage? I'm not thinking about anything coming to my mind which says that they're doing well at the moment. Why FIFA helping Bhutan but not India? Do they already lost hope regarding us? Blue, who said they're not helping India? The FIFA Academy. Arsene Wenger was here. The FIFA president has been here. they're helping us as well in a different way, different levels, but they're helping Bhutan. Why should they not help Bhutan, right? So do you think anything will change after new constitution? I don't even know what will happen. Let the Supreme Court take a call. Nothing will happen. Until there are grassroots level academies for infrastructure, expecting miracles out of question for Indian football at international level. See, Vishnu, I don't think that's the problem. I think there are a number of grassroots level academies, but you don't need academies. You actually need football training centers. So that's also the first thing. So, are you happy with Monroe's power squad? Yeah, overall, I think the one other surprise, as I said earlier, Prop Sukan making it is a surprise, and I think Kia Nasiri making it was the biggest of them all. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see. But overall, no, good. I felt good. Sana back, good to see Putia in there. So let's see. Do you think package issue is not sorted out if rather than fighting go? Nah, both of them issues. When will you ever get elected of AIFF? Blue, I don't know, to be very honest. How Uzbekistan produces best talents. It's exact because Uzbekistan, since its independence, has always been a good football playing nation, and they have top clubs with the infrastructure. I mean, we saw the Indian team playing against Uzbekistan women at one of the training centers of one of the big clubs in Pakhtakor and Buktiankor. IFA just killed its golden egg. The IFA Shield could have been organized like Bandodkar, but used as officials have no vision, no state league also. Palash, there are two problems in here. One, when could the IFA have organized it? First question. Because you have the Durand Cup happening at the moment, right? So you can't, again, if they want to host it in Kolkata, the IFA will not tell their army, no, you want to go somewhere else. Not happening. And the Bandodkar Cup is not making them money. They're losing money. The Goa government is funding it. So who's going to fund you an IFA sheet like this? Bring good coaches or you won't take much money, at least for grassroots level. Who says that? They're not going to be cheap, right? So what's your view on the U20 team? It's struggling under Ranjan Chaudhary. Very poor game to as a coach in Kolkata. The clubs is done fair enough. Is it lack of time available? No. It's a different kind of football, right? I mean, you have to also understand that coaching an international youth team is different than coaching a CFL team, right? Doing well in the CFL to me means nothing these days. The CFL has become a bloated league with too many teams, too many clubs involved. Where is the quality control? Where is the standard, right? That's part of the problem, I feel, right? So therefore, in my opinion, more needs to be done. Much more needs to be done to improve the standard of football, and that's not happening, right? So yeah, that's the reality. Right, 1 hour 13 minutes plus already through. I haven't asked you guys today to, if you think good video, like this video, share this video, subscribe. What is the number at the moment? 1,521. So thank you to all of you. We're still growing. Nice to see that. And we have, so far, we have 17 likes. I think we can do a little better. Last video's had 37, 44, 43. So yeah, leave a like behind so more people can see this. That's the thing. Your thoughts on Reliance Foundation? Fast food, they're spending money. They built their own infrastructure. They're working with the kids. So therefore, to me, the Reliance Foundation, it's a charity, right? Don't forget, it's a charity. And now with that, what's the point of us when our players are worse? It will not help the league and the country in any way. We're going nowhere. See, we need a league, right? We need to create a structure for a league. Blame it on ourselves or blame it on something else, right? The whole system has to be blamed. What was it with the NFL? What was it with the I-League? Why India have no school league like Japan? Zigzag, this Japanese school system, school league works. It will not work in India. We cannot. We have to create our own models. We cannot copy models of here, there, and where everywhere I want to go and do. It will be almost same money compared to an Indian assistant manager as a reserve set. Or am I wrong? Now I would think they would get more, the foreign coaches. Instead of IFF Shield, Durand Cup, Bandodkar Trophy, we need to make our ISL League and League 2 more robust because so many clubs lacking money due to financial issues, few clubs going to shut down. Yeah, but IFF Shield, Durand Cup, Bandodkar Trophy, you're spending money on this. There's none of them are making money. I don't know who's thinking that we're making money. So Druhin, so I have a question. Will you come live tomorrow? I will try. Yeah, that's the plan tomorrow. 9 back to the usual time, 9:45. I think the quantity over quality approach is a big problem, be it CFL, Durand, and now too many teams in ISL bring the quality down. Blue, very well said. And also, we've been playing football since British colonized us. Still, we haven't developed football. What is the main problem according to you? Starting leadership, right leadership, taking right decisions, stakeholders playing their roles. And I said, in today's world, I'd say grassroots. Grassroots didn't exist in the past. Then I would say youth football, coaching, and competitions. We focus on Durand Cup. We should rather focus on leagues. That's the reality. And that's the problem. I feel that's the problem. And that's where we need change. And that's not happening. So therefore, yeah, that's what we need to work on. That's the challenge that Indian football finds itself. And otherwise, we'll not move forward. As I said, we're going backwards rather than forwards, and it's getting worse rather than at some stage at least we can consistently stay at some level. It's not happening. And that is my big concern at the moment with Indian football. And now we're not solving our root cause problems. Yeah, I agree. So how many Indian develop their grassroots? How can they develop their grassroots? Work hard, yeah, and take the right steps and do the right things. I'm sad to see Landin Puya playing as right back. He got great potential as centre back. That depends on the coach. It's now enjoy for the football fans. 3 derbies in a season. Mohun Bagan, Mohun and East Bengal. I guess every team will fight for the league shield to join Mohun Bagan. Let's see. Mohun Bagan surely will fight for the league shield. If Mohammedan, no chance fighting for the league shield, and East Bengal will have to see. 6 derbies actually add some more in Super Cup as Mohun is in the same group as in the. Let's see if it's going to be group or knockout, Blue. We don't know. So therefore, yeah, it's there. The derbies are there, and we will see what happens to football as it continues, right? So that's the thing. Right, 1 hour, 18 minutes plus. As I said, if you haven't, please do like this video, share this video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to Arun Foot. You will have realized that I've actually moved to a subscribers only option for you to be able to comment. So therefore, that's been advice that someone has given me, so that so therefore, yeah, thanks a lot for all of those of you who are subscribing. Let's grow the community, people who want to talk about football. So it's therefore, yeah, keep on growing, right? We don't have good coaches in grassroots. How can we develop? See, that's we have to develop coaches also, no? That's the part of the problem. We can't say that we will develop football, but we won't develop our coaches. We're the first thing to develop are the coaches. AIFF did not mention anything about Super Cup format because Kumar, they don't know what the format will be. At the moment, they are unclear. Throw in the artist, Dimi Petratos, the painter, East Bengal. Okay. Right. 1 hour and 20 minutes done. It's 20 past 8. And do you think the charity derby in UP will consist of the main players or reserves? I don't even know if that match is happening. Does anybody know if that match is going to happen? Hi, Vashwar. Vashwar, good to see you. Joined the stream for the first time, I guess. Wow. What's your thoughts on Shillong Rajang, who have been working on grassroots for what was a trend, and also the semi-finals tomorrow? Vashwar, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I'll hear you once in a while on the commentary. See, Rajong has been a community club in Shillong, not only Shillong, but the Khasi Hills, so to say. They've done a great job over the years. And it's good to see them back in the I-League. They had been struggling in between for a while, the financial issues, this and that. They've stabilized a little. So therefore, for me, they've done a great job. And tomorrow's semi-final is going to be a cracker of a game, brilliant atmosphere. Let the better team win, I would say, right? I think it's sad that the final will be in Kolkata, because I think it would have been, first Durand Cup final in Shillong, so to say. Taking it back to the hills. I mean, it originally used to be played in Shimla, but great what these guys are doing. So you're talking with us from MacBook? No, I'm talking via an iPhone, and I'm using my normal Windows laptop to go through your comments. Can we call foreign coaches develop our coaches? Zigzag, that happens via AIFF programs, but calling coaches is nice, but someone has to put in the money and effort to create that platform. Now that if the team becomes more in ISL, Durand Cup, we went out. Kumar, we already have too many. To me, that is something that is there. Perfect finalist of Durand Blue. There is no perfect finalist. Again, the final is in Kolkata, so of course I'll say that if Mohun Bagan are not in the final, and let's say Shillong beat Northeast United, Mohun Bagan not in the final, I would say shift it to Shillong. Makes more sense. Shillong, BFC, even Northeast BFC would make more sense, right? But if, let's say, Shillong loses, Northeast is in there, and again, if Mohun Bagan plays any two, then you can play in Kolkata. So that's the permutation of these combinations of these semi-finals, right? Hi, sir. Did you watch the U-17 match? No, I didn't. I was watching German youth football today and then senior level football. So I've watched quite a bit of football today. What's your opinion on Indian football team coach? Is Mano better or Antoloba's best? Durand, there is no best amongst these guys. I think Habas is for the AIFF, a logical and sensible choice. Habas, could have been better. I don't know, because Habas at least has international football experience, but I wanted someone fresh to come in, with no cross links. And you see already in the Manolo appointment in regard to his probables list that he's called up players that he knows. So therefore, let's wait and see. Wonderful, nice to see you too. Hope to meet someday soon. Also miss the Insta lives. Bashwar, great, fun in the past as well, or even Clubhouse in the past. So therefore, good to see you, and hope to meet at some stage. In your mind, whom to be future AIFF president? Zigzag. I don't have anyone specifically in mind. I don't care if the right person comes around. Maybe I don't even have that right person in my mind, but he does the work, or she does the right work, that we take Indian football forward. I think, to me, more important than the president, I think the right appointment as Secretary General is more important, or maybe create a position like a CEO who manages the whole thing. Let the Secretary General run the federation, the administration. We need a CEO who is sort of the visionary, who runs the ship, the boat, like a captain. That's what I think I would do. But again, very difficult in an AIFF context. So these are the realities, and therefore I would hope that things at some stage would change for something for better within the AIFF. That's the thing. So these are the realities. Laporta's not taking good decisions in Barcelona. Barcelona has financial problems. I mean, Barcelona gets away with things where I think, hey, how can you sign Dani Olmo for 60 million euros? And now the player is not registered. You have to let Gundogan go for free because you can't actually afford a salary. So Sir, Kerala Super League seems to be investing a lot, bring in big names and target some I-League players. Talks of VR from next season, not Senator, whom is heading it, and the vision for it. Navneet, I don't know what the vision is. It's been a lot of big talk. The talk was even bigger earlier. Earlier was about world stars. Now the world seems to be like ex-aging ISL stars. Again, so therefore for me, it's very, very difficult to judge it. Let them do. I wish them all the best, but they have to follow up their big talk by action, and that seems to be, that's the reality. Profile would be a good choice, Matthew, or maybe that's your opinion. Odisha win 4-1 Lions City. Yeah, please some good news. Yeah, the unknown. You're very right, Odisha. FC women again, and they have enough quality again. A team from Singapore should be something that an Indian club should be beating. Oh, now in the new constitution, they mentioned CEO. Yeah, I know. Guys, I will slowly wind down and head to dinner for tonight. And just take zigzags. I'm just weeping after watching our teammates like Uzbekistan, India, Malaysia, and many Indian teams. Yeah, but that's the reality. Gundogan go for free. I know, but they also do many players. They pick many players from teams as bosses to pay less fee. Yeah, they don't have the money, so picking up players. Anyway, let's end it here for tonight, guys. As I say, please do like the video if you think it was good. View the other videos here that I've been making. Made earlier today a video on the retirements of Manuel Neuer and Ilkay Gundogan from the German national team. Of course, overnight something on Mohammedan Sporting officially being announced as an ISL team. Did yesterday something in regard to the series on the future of Indian football, chapter 11 on scouting, and Bandodkar Cup, East Bengal and AFC Challenge League, Manolo's first squad, Interkashi signing Yoni Kauko. Have a look at those videos if you think you like them. And as always, if you haven't, do subscribe here on arunfoot. 1,522 people are following the channel. Thank you very, very much for that. And I will be back tomorrow and we'll be speaking tomorrow more. Good night, everyone.